Welcome
We're here.
to another week in Triba. What up, fam? We're here with BU in the studio. How you doing, B?
Hey everyone, doing good. Happy Monday. Just getting the week started.
Yeah.
Um, always, always excited to do our stream workshop though. It's a really good way to get moving. So
It looked like you had some fun over the weekend playing some stuff, building Legos, playing the new what is that, Galactic game?
yeah. Turns out it was International Lego Day,
Oh
and we were
wow.
putting together Legos, and we had no idea until
That's
people started coming in.
Are you serious?
I'm serious, and I never put together Legos. It's not like part of my content. So it was really
That was
just like
really
an
cool.
yeah, it was really weird.
You were building a little
Um,
baby Yoda, right?
yeah, he's right here. Look at this cute little
Oh,
thing.
it's done. Look at that. Oh, it's a
He's so
bobblehead
cool.
too.
Yeah, you can like move his head around. His little mouth like opens up.
Whoa.
Move his ears. He's
That's cool. Does
super
he
cute.
levitate?
I wish. He's got his little orb.
That's cool.
But yeah, he's super fun.
Have you seen The Mandalorian?
I haven't. I'm a really not a big Star Wars fan,
I
but
got bored of Mandalorian, I'm not gonna lie. That guy doesn't talk often enough. It's just a lot of him walking around.
oh really?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like his
I hear it
character is
good.
so quiet and like mysterious that the whole show is just him being quiet and mysterious.
Oh my gosh.
But
Yeah, I have not.
I did like Andor. That is a great show. If you haven't seen Andor, check it out if you're a Star Wars fan. If you don't like Andor, you're not a diehard Star Wars fan. Sorry, if you're not.
I'll just have to accept it, I guess.
But anyways, we're
Yeah.
back in the studio here in Triba, ready to kick off the week. Hope you guys had some good rest and are ready to hit the ground running, working on your business, professional and your personal business. That's what we talk about in Triba. It's what we help each other with, and it's why we have such a great collaborative community because everybody's helping each other get through these weeks, do better, be more productive, accomplish more with their time, efficiency, but also taking care of yourself, not burning out, not getting overly stressed. So if you're feeling a little stressed, tell us in general chat or hop in here and talk with us, and we'll help you figure out what you need to do. That's what we like to help you with.
Yeah, sometimes you just need help discovering that next step when you get stuck. So it's
Yeah,
nice to have people that you can turn to.
it is. It is. And then we also, we pass around work in here. If there's something that you want to do, put it in the jobs channel, and we'll see if we can find you something that is a good project fit. Uh, and let's see, what else are we going to talk about today, B? What's the plan?
Today, I think we're going to focus on networking in person. That's like one part of live streaming that you don't hear a lot about, but there's a
Hmm.
lot of really cool gaming events and places you can go to meet people in person
Yeah.
and how that looks and what you need to be doing while you're at these events. So I think that would be a really fun one.
Hmm.
I've been to I don't know, PAX probably 5 or 6 times, GDC, E3. So I've been to some conventions. I've kind of learned the ins and outs from my experiences. So I'm excited to share those with y'all. PAX East is coming up in March. So some of you may be going. If you are going, let us know
Yeah.
because that's super exciting. There's so much stuff you can do there and people to meet. So
I really wish I could be going. I have two kids under two, though, and I don't think I could leave my wife alone for that long to go up there as much as I would love to. So maybe next time. Maybe I'll bring the
yeah,
kids with me.
that'd be fun.
That would be.
Um, so
Summer
yeah,
and I can
but
both go. We could have a whole tribe of group meet up at PAX.
that would be cool. I would definitely be down to plan that for everyone.
Yeah.
That would be super sweet.
Hopefully it
But
won't be
you
in
were
Boston next
talking.
time. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, yeah. So they do it in Boston every year, and
Oh, it's
then they
every
also
year
do
in
it
Boston. Oh.
every year in Boston in the spring, and then they have PAX West in the fall in Seattle. Um, there's also PAX
Hmm.
Unplugged, which is mostly tabletop games. They do that one in Pennsylvania. There's one in Australia, and then PAX also has other events that are called something different throughout Europe.
We need to do a PAX South, Southern PAX. Have some good old barbecue and sweet tea.
They
Well,
used to. That was
oh,
PAX
really?
South in Texas, and that one was a
That
small
doesn't
event. So
count.
they,
That's Southwest. Texas is its own country. So
right? I know. I wish they would do one in like Atlanta. I think that would be a
Atlanta would be
good spot.
cool.
They do
Yeah,
Dragon Con and things
I
there.
could
It's
drive
like
to Atlanta pretty easily.
right. It's like
Yeah,
you about 4 hours from most things in the South, so it's not
yeah.
too bad.
I think I met someone from Atlanta the other day who is really big in the entrepreneur group, and she's like a programmer dev for indie games. I just
Oh,
randomly met
really?
her on LinkedIn. Yeah, and we had a great call. She actually wants to come in and do the Friday streams with us when we talk
Hmm.
about game development. Zach's been doing his stream for his own little game, but she wants to teach. She has been teaching actually in Atlanta with some of the content creators there.
Oh, that's super
Yeah,
cool. That's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, there's
I
some cool content creators in Atlanta.
can't. I'm gonna butcher her name if I say it. I think it's like Nataline. I'm not gonna try. I'm not gonna try.
It's just like
Yeah.
we'll figure that out and come back to it later.
Anyways,
But that's great.
so how do you network with streamers? I know that's a really effective way to grow your stream and learn from other people. So when you started, did you know people who were streaming B way back in the
Not
day?
not no. When I first started, I didn't know anyone in person. I didn't watch streamers. I had no idea when I first started. So I
Mm,
kind of dove into it and started meeting people um, through Twitch. So I'd
yeah.
get viewers and stuff, and maybe they would suggest some streamers to check out. And
Hmm.
then, I started to branch out a little bit, or streamers would come into my channel and chat.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it was kind of like that for a little while, just like, oh, I'll raid you and you raid me. I don't think raiding was a thing. I think we just hosted back then. But it was a little bit of networking. Hey, do you want to play this multiplayer game with me? We could do something like that. And that was before I didn't know what PAX was or conventions. Or I hadn't gone to anything like that. My first event was TwitchCon. Um, After I became a streamer, I met some people in my town. I was at I was at my local bar, like where I always go on Tuesdays, and I look over and someone's watching a streamer on Twitch that I followed, and he's watching somebody I watch. This is wild, and like in person, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to like go say hi to this guy.
Yeah.
So I go over and I'm like, hey, are you watching Death Sculpt? And this guy's a sculptor, and he makes all this crazy art, and he's like, he looks at me like all weird, like, why are you talking to me? And then like, yeah, I am actually. And I was like, oh, I stream on Twitch and I watch him and he's great. And this guy he was a streamer as well and we became friends. And he was going to TwitchCon and he's like, we have a Airbnb if you want to come with us. And he's like,
Oh
all you gotta do is
wow.
get your plane ticket and stuff. And
Oh
I'm like,
wow.
dang, yeah, I want to travel and having someone to go with made it
Right.
a little bit better than going by myself. Um, so that was during the first year or
Please tell
second
me this
year.
ended up being Teddy. Like that's how you met.
No, no, no. His name is Matt, and yeah, we're still friends. I haven't heard from him in a little bit, but so yeah, we went out there, and I got to experience TwitchCon, and it's a lot, and I spent a lot of my time at the panels. So I went to all the panels on how to be a streamer, like
Okay.
anything that was like educational for me being a better streamer, that's where I
Yeah.
was at. A lot of people go and they go to the parties and they just want to hang out with their friends and
Right.
meet their favorite streamers.
Right.
But I
Right.
was there like focused mode.
I think
So
that's how
yeah,
you
no,
should be going about this, right? Like streaming is a small business operation. You gotta
yes,
treat it as that, unless you just want a hobby where you have two or three of your friends watching you sometimes.
right, yeah. But yeah, conventions aren't cheap. You're gonna spend $1,000 to $2,000 going to these things. So it's not accessible, to everyone. But there's ways to like win trips, win tickets, get sponsorships to go. There's different things you can look into.
Hmm.
But if you're able to go, like they're great. So I
Who
went to that.
sponsors people? Just sorry,
Oh, hmm.
would it
You
be
can
like Twitch,
volunteer.
the actual TwitchCon people, or
It would just depend. Some people volunteer to work the convention to get free tickets. I think that's an
hmm
option. You can reach out to different indie developers, people who have booths set up, see if they need any help at their booth in exchange
hmm
for like an exhibitor badge or something like that. Um, there's ways to do that. If you're already like a successful streamer, maybe you can reach
yeah,
out if you have got sponsorships with like different, Elgato or Blue. You never know who might need you to come out and live stream at the event,
yeah,
that kind of thing, if you can get in with those people. And
hmm
networking's such a weird thing because I can't just be like, oh, all you got to do is send an email to this person and there you go, you're in. It's, it's networking and meeting people and being in person. I
Mm-hmm.
think helps a lot. So, so Twitch is my first one. I didn't do so the networking I did there. I recommend getting business cards. So you want to get business cards before you go to a convention. You want to have all your
Mm-hmm.
social media links and a tiny little blurb about who you are or whatever, and your logos and things. Have your business cards so you can get in touch with people
Okay.
after the convention. And a lot of streamers do swag or merch. So if you can come up with some little tiny item that is easily carried around at conventions and handed to people, I made buttons, and I don't have like the buttons I used, but like these little buttons, little pin back buttons. I made these with my logo and just like something funny or cute on them. You got
Yeah.
buttons, Sam.
I
So
got I got a sticker.
get
Tribe of
stickers.
stickers.
Stickers are great. So stickers, magnets, buttons. Get creative. You can get branded pencils and notepads, and there's all kinds of stuff you can do. Just something small and little that you can have your name on it and give to someone. So you'll be standing around hanging out at the con, and you'll be in a group of people. A lot of times you'll end up in a circle of people, and you're all talking and. Oh, what do you do? Oh, cool. Like, that's awesome. I would meet people, like, walking down the sidewalk. Like, we'd be waiting across the street, and it's like, oh, you're a streamer. Cool. Oh, here's some swag. Do you want one? Like, and we exchange information. Um,
Nice.
so having something fun and memorable, and this goes for if you're an indie developer, you have a booth, you're promoting a product, you're a streamer, whatever. Like, have some fun little thing. Buttons are great though because everyone's got their lanyards. So having something that can be easily pinned to a lanyard or a shirt or something that people are going to display on themselves,
Mm-hmm.
also a great way to like a mini advertisement billboard.
Yeah.
You got a really cool piece of swag. Someone might ask that person, "Where'd you get that? That's so cool." Do you want to do stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
Now parties. I know earlier I said I just went to the con and I was just there doing panels and stuff. But as I've been to conventions and stuff, the after parties are very important to go to. That's where a lot of your networking and business actually goes down, and that's where you're going to meet people that you want to meet.
Okay.
During the day,
So
people are
party
fairly
hardy.
structured.
Gotcha.
You got to be ready to. You got to be ready to be out late.
I
You
have
don't
to
need to be going
sneeze.
crazy or anything, but oh, okay. So during the day, you've got the convention happening. It goes on to about 5 or 6. You've got all your booths. All the business people are at their booth or in meetings. And if you've not scheduled stuff in advance, you're not going to meet those people. So afterwards, though, go on Eventbrite or any website that kind of has community events posted, and type in PAX, video games, something related to the con. See what events are happening during that weekend, and find some. There's a lot of indie game showcases. Those can be really good to go to. You can go play video games. There's usually food and drinks. Um, some people throw on like special parties. You've got like Facebook Gaming does parties. Who are the big ones? I know Adult Swim did one. Um, Pretty much all the big companies, PlayStation, Xbox. Some of those are more exclusive or invite only, but some of them are open invitation. Some of them you kind of need to go around the con and like, hey, where are you going tonight? Oh yeah, how do you get into that party? Like, do you have an in? How do I get into this party? Because some of them you definitely need to have like reservations for. But that's where you want to do your homework a month in advance and keep an eye out for those parties that are happening. Some of them cost money, some are free. Um, but you're going to go to those. And like I said, there's usually games to play, food to have, and just start mingling with people. Just like go out, play a game, talk to the developer, ask them, have like kind of a list of questions kind of in your head, like conversation starters. Learning those are really good. Ask people why they're at the con, where did they come from, how far did it take them to get here, what are they most excited about, what's been the coolest booth they've been to. Just tiny little conversation starters
Right.
to kind of get things going, and then you can find out what they do, and then you can introduce yourself, and you may find you have similar interests or skills that benefit each other. Exchange business cards. Let's chat after the con. And you're going to leave your convention. If you do it right, you're going to have a stack of business cards like this to go through when you get home. Like if you're doing it, if you're going to network, that's
Right.
what you need to be coming home with a stack of business cards. And then that's when all the hard work begins, when you got to email everyone, hopefully you took notes on who you met so you don't like forget who they were and why you were talking to
That's a
them.
great point. We should expand on that for a second.
Okay. Yeah, just stop me anytime, Sam, because I'm gonna.
That's a great place to expand upon for a second, because the importance of networking can't be understated here. I mean, if you're going to go spend thousands, you really need to come back with people that you aligned with. You're not just random people. Like, don't just network with everyone and then, try to set up stuff with people who are totally on a different level than you doing something else. Find people who are in the same similar, criteria or niche as you. So what would you do? What would you recommend doing while you're there to remember? If you're gonna get 100 business cards or something, how did you
Make sure
keep
that
track of it? Like, what did you do?
I would always have like a pen and paper or like a
Yeah.
pencil pen with me, and I'd usually write down a note on their business card
Okay.
so I could
That's a
remember.
great idea.
So something small, and then at the end of the day, if you weren't out super late, you could like go through and write down a little bit more and expand on what you remember about that person and why you want to contact them.
Hmm.
Um,
The important thing is to do this before the after party, guys.
Probably. You got a little window, man. These things are, you're booked back to back to back. It doesn't slow down. Um,
That sounds so much fun. You're getting me really, really, really hyped up to go to one of these. And I've never done it. I've been to
yeah,
some business stuff, but I've never done a content creator meetup. It'd be so, so, so incredible to meet some of my like heroes kind of in person. Um,
right.
yeah, that
Yeah,
would be awesome.
they're a lot of fun. Yeah, they can be very exhausting, but they're super fun.
I
Um,
imagine the biggest thing is like realizing, oh, all these people are just real normal people. And
that's
they're
a
all kind
big
of
part.
business people. They want to network and do what they love to do.
Yeah, and they're all there having fun. Like we're there for video games, so we're all excited to talk to each other, and it's
Right.
not like not stiff business people. Like gaming,
Yeah.
especially in gaming. A
Do people show up
CEO
in
of a
suits?
company is wearing. Not really. Not unless they're like Xbox. Even then, I
Yeah, I
they got to
can't
be like
imagine like
CEO of
anybody at a gaming
video
con wearing a
games.
suit. You'd stick out like a sore thumb. Like, I imagine people
Yeah,
in random cosplay costumes. Like,
pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. You never really know who you're talking to at conventions, so definitely never. Oh
right,
man, some people think they're big. Yeah, especially like some streamers will let their numbers go to their head or whatever,
right.
and they'll brush certain people off just because of maybe the way they present themselves.
Hmm.
And don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You have no idea who you're talking to at any moment. You might be talking to the CEO of PAX or of Nintendo. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
And always be nice to everyone you meet, and you can learn something from everyone. So I don't know why anyone would want to have like a "I'm better than you" attitude. Leave that outside the convention.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And
you
outside
never
of
know because
Tribo,
everyone has
please.
t-shirts. Yeah, right, right. Hey, Mixer.
Hey, what up, B fam? The
I paid for
Beehive.
my first ever table at Phoenix Comic Con this June. Nervous as heck. Oh, Mixer,
Ooh.
that's awesome. Congratulations. Yeah, Mixer is in my channel here. I'm live streaming here on Twitch as well.
Yeah, I gotta pull
And
that up.
Mixer is a streamer I met through Mixer. We're talking about going to conventions today, Mix, and how to network at them. If you have any advice or things that you've learned, feel free to drop them in chat as well.
Yeah.
But you're getting your own table at Comic Con. So Mixer not only is a live streamer, but has written books. Son of Sin is one of their books, and so you're going to be promoting your books. That's super cool. It's been awesome watching you go through that whole process because a lot of times streamers, we start out streaming, live streaming, we like to create and we're creative people. It's neat when you see streamers go into other areas and just like really excel and do other
That's
creative
awesome.
avenues too.
That's
So
awesome. I mean,
there's
I
a
I have
ahead.
known a lot of people who have written and published books, and it's not easy at all. It's not.
Uh-uh.
So
I don't know.
much
It's
respect for putting your thoughts into a coherent uh, paper that someone else can digest and read. I think there's a lot of value to that. So cool, man.
for sure.
Wait, is it a guy or a girl?
Guy.
Okay, guy. Yeah, I'd love to check out the book as well. It's interesting.
I'll get you a link and I'll drop it in Tribe here
Okay.
in a little bit.
So
Um
back to the
Yeah,
pack stuff,
network. Hmm.
networking. I think this all kind of applies as well to the way we network at business stuff, business events. Obviously, it is a business event. It's just
Hmm.
more informal and
Hmm.
casual. I've thought about this recently, but Tribe is kind of like business casual hangout, networking. These kind of conferences
Yeah,
all wrapped into a permanent place.
you see that we're all real people,
Hmm.
um, which you know, I don't know what it's like to be in the business world. I've only worked in games and streaming. Um, but yeah, when like you said earlier, Sam, when you go to these conventions, you get to meet all these people in person, and you get to see that they're real people, and you can
Hmm.
like connect to them so much better meeting them in person. Because I mean, even with streamers, you watch them, you know what they sound like, how they act a little bit, but it's still a different experience meeting them in person and really getting a full grasp of their personalities and what they're like,
Yeah.
and seeing what they're like when they're not on camera. Because it doesn't matter who you are. I think when you go on camera, you're gonna be a little different. Whether you're
Hmm.
more turned on and animated or whatever the case may be, you're putting on a show. So we all act different when we're being
Yeah.
watched.
I think it
But
also just is people are different interacting with more than one person versus just one person. So if you're talking to them one on one, it's just their one on one kind of interaction. And then if they're streaming, they immediately switch into that. I'm talking to anyone who's watching. But,
hmm.
at the same time, I think you got to talk to your viewer as if it's just one person. That that's the essence of it. Like when you go live and click that live button, just imagine. I mean, obviously you have to talk to them like there's 1,000 people watching. That's one side of it, but you also need to be yourself and just have a conversation with that individual because there's
Hmm.
a couple hundred individuals who might watch you later. If you're a new streamer, but next you reach affiliate and then you have people watching your VODs and going back and looking at your content. You want to come off like you're talking to them personally. So imagine you're talking to one of those 100 people who might watch your VOD down the line. Free
Oh.
tip.
Yeah, that's a good idea to think about those future people that are gonna
Yeah.
be listening. That's a good way to look at it. And I think, yeah, I think we kind of view chat as one unit sometimes. People have controversy over this, like just referring to your audience as chat. Hey, chat, what's up?
Hmm.
Some people hate that,
Hmm.
but at the same time, man, you're like it's a unit, and you kind of address your audience, but addressing them individually is really important. So there's like this interesting. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
even know how to like explain that or explain how I do it. That's an interesting thing to observe, I guess. Never really put too much thought.
Yeah, it's like you have to switch back and forth. I think you really have to switch back and forth. Like when you're making the
Yeah.
content, you got to make it for that one person, the individual. But
Mm-hmm.
when you're streaming or when you're going back and like talking to chat, you're engaging with them, like you're reading off the announcements, the activity, like thank you for donating, thank you for following. You got to talk to those people, but you also got to be talking to the whole group.
The whole group. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it really is.
It's a
It
weird
really is
balance.
kind of a mind twister
Yeah.
to think about.
So let's see. Networking. So we've got all these business cards. We need to send out emails, reconnect with those people to build those connections after the fact.
You got all your
Follow them
notes on
on
the business
social media.
cards.
Yeah, you've got all your notes, and reach out. You're gonna be exhausted after the con, so like schedule when you think you'll be ready to send out those emails. And if you're in the industry, you're gonna be at another convention the next week or that week. So it can.
Mhm.
I've had back to back to back
Oh
cons,
wow.
and it gets so chaotic. So yeah, learning structuring your uh the method that you get your business cards and reply or send out your emails afterwards, kind of have an idea of what that structure is going to look like before you get out there, have a place your
Hmm.
business cards go. I bought one of those little for my personal business card. I got a nice little card holder.
Nice.
There's so many different ones on Amazon. I got one with a little bee on it, so it was on theme. But having stuff like that you put them in, when you're traveling with business cards, you might get your suitcase checked. Just keep in
Really?
mind, if you have a pack of business cards and they're all in this one pack, you will get your suitcase checked because it looks like, I guess, explosives or something. So
That
just keep
much?
that in mind.
Yeah, It's they scan for organic matter because like C4 or explosives are made out of carbon links. That's where the energy of combustion comes from. Um, it's weird that I know all this, but yeah, when they scan through those backpacks, they see like even so we've had people get stopped for having like really thick soles in their shoe because it's corkboard, and they're like,
Oh
"Is it a
wow.
bomb in the sole of your shoe?" So yeah, a stack of business cards. Yeah, it looks
So
like a.
have them
They're like, this idiot made the bomb perfectly square.
put them somewhere easily accessible for security.
Yeah, just
That way
walks
they're not
up.
pulling
All right,
everything out your
here's my
pocket.
business cards.
Yeah, even yeah, set them some, just make sure
Yeah,
they're easily. Um, let's
random
see.
random side fact about business cards and traveling. If you've done networking at anything, you've probably run into stuff like this. Oh man, the
Yeah.
number of pocket knives I've lost going through airport security is a little sad.
Oh
I
no,
used to
you
have a
you.
big knife collection. Let's just say it's not as big now.
Oh no.
Uh,
Um. So Sam, we've been talking about going to cons like PAX and
yeah,
traveling and stuff, but you were just talking about starting a local meetup. So I'm
right.
thinking local meetups might be a really cool way for people to network where it's not going to, maybe you have to drive an hour or two, but it's not going to be, I need a plane ticket and a hotel
Exactly.
room and all that. So,
Yeah, I can talk
could
a
you
little
talk
bit
a
about
little
that.
bit about maybe some like local networking you've done in business and what you plan to do here in the future?
Yeah, so we are looking at starting a streamer group. B and I were just talking about this to help small streamers start. So if you're watching this and you're a small streamer, hop in Triva and talk to us. There's a content creation channel. But in terms of networking, I have done some stuff downtown Raleigh because I live very close to Raleigh. I lived an hour away for the last, or when I started White Rabbit, I was an hour away from Raleigh at least, and I would go down there and do stuff, hang out with people. I would go to small entrepreneur hangouts, co-working spaces. I would go to their networking events and see what their community coordinators were doing. Like this is where I learned a lot about community management. Just hanging out with these guys, just meeting entrepreneurs, getting your stack of business cards. Then I mean, it's not going to be as big. So there's like the big side where you need to go and meet like people who are much bigger than you. But even if you go to small stuff in your city, chances are the local guys who are big are also looking at those and being like, I'll go there and hang out and meet some of these up and coming guys. Because A, they want to share their information and pass it back to you, and B, they want to learn from you and figure out what's the new stuff happening. From a
Mm-hmm.
streaming point of view, like you got to stay on top of that game. From a business point of view, you need to be
Oh yeah.
networking and seeing what other people are doing, what works for them.
Mm-hmm.
So, uh, let's see. So the Triba in 2022, we launched the first Triba in-person meetup. It was downtown Raleigh in the very, very top of the tallest building in Raleigh. If you don't know anything about the city, there's like 1 million people around here who are all in tech and stuff like that. I mean, IBM
So many
popped
game
up out of
studios.
here. Yeah, a lot of game
Yeah.
studios now. Epic is in the Triangle, so it's really exploded. And I think 30 people showed up to this event who were all like business owners, and
Awesome.
we got to do some really great networking, and I made some really cool connections from there. And then we were like, all right, so in 2021 or 2023, what year is it, guys? In
We don't know anymore.
2023, it is really weird. It's like went from 2020 to 2023. How did that happen? Anyways, two kids will do that to you. Whew. So now we're in 2023, not one, and we're taking it to the whole next level. This year,
You already were at the top level. Where are you taking
no, no,
it?
no, no, no,
Y'all
no,
going
no.
skydiving?
We're going to the
Yo, there's
next
a
level.
tribe of
Not
skydiving trip.
physically.
Let's
Okay,
go.
I see where you went there. We can't go any higher physically unless we get in the blimp or something. We're not going to go higher physically. We're going to go to the next level. Uh, I guess. Okay, you completely threw me for a loop here. We're
It's
gonna have
okay.
one
It's
every
all right.
month. All right, that's what's
Every
happening
month.
here. We're gonna do one every
Monthly
month.
meetup. I love that.
You guys can fly in or something if you want. That would really flatter me, but you don't have to, because we're gonna also start doing them in other cities, and I will start traveling when we do those. We're gonna have a small cover fee to cover like the building. It'll be like $20 for the first one, and if you're Tribe of Gold, you get in for free. So you
I just need a
still
plane ticket now.
Yeah, you just need a plane ticket. Exactly. Like, so if you're Tribe of Gold, you're good. You don't have to pay to get in. But for everybody else who wants to come network, it'll be $20, and it's just going to be all the local people the first couple. Uh, Hopefully, we'll get 30 or so because we did that last time, and we'll have some sponsors. So I think that's a great way to mimic the kind of stuff streamers do. Have a few sponsors, run through the list at the beginning, or so what we're going to do is we're going to network for a little bit, and then we'll have a little discussion on, you know, community and the sponsors, and maybe talk about what's going on currently, and then encourage you guys to network and talk to each other. There'll be more time to hang out. I don't think we'll get too creative with like activities the first couple, but I do want to introduce like speed dating kind of, or
Yeah.
yeah, some sort of.
I've done speed networking
Yeah,
events. They're really cool.
I know. Yeah, those are pretty fun.
Yeah. Helps
I
you get
didn't
better at your pitch.
really figure out how to do that well in Discord because it's not as easy to move people around as it is to be like, all right, everybody move down one room or one line. But we'll figure it out. And the in-person stuff is always better. We built Triba as kind of a replacement for that, or not replacement, but in addition to that, to help fill that void during COVID when everyone couldn't really go to stuff. And now it's like, all right, we know we have a global audience. Some of you are in Japan, the UK, you know, Australia, all over the place, and we can't just bring you all into Raleigh for this. But we want to start popping up Triba in-person meetups in these different countries, in different cities. We already have plans to launch one in Austin, Texas. We got a
Oh,
couple
cool.
tribal
I've
members
always
down
wanted to
there.
go to Austin.
Yeah, Tabalo's down there, and Garrett and Ocean are now down there.
Man, they're right
Yeah,
there by South by Southwest conventions and
yeah,
Austin.
they'll be able to
That's
go
a
to
really
those.
cool
I
one.
don't
I
know.
want to go to that one. That one's like more than gaming. That one's like music and art and gaming and
Wow.
like
Let's make
super
plans
cool.
for that one because I want to go down there and maybe we'll have a Triba like after party. That'd be cool. We'll
That
set
would be
that up.
sweet. Yeah, and if you're getting sponsors, so if you are a company and you're going to PAX, maybe you're not just a small content creator trying to network, consider sponsoring some of these game events. Either
Hmm.
do your own, see if anyone needs extra sponsors, get your name on some of these parties. Um,
Yeah.
I've helped set those things up with past companies I've worked for,
Okay,
and that's
cool.
a cool thing to do as well, depending
Yeah.
on what area you're in. But
And we can help you with
um,
that. If you want to get your community there and you want to grow it with the networking, you know, sponsoring it, sponsoring a streamer, or even sponsoring somebody like Triba who's going in to do this something. We're having an after party. We're obviously going to talk about the business stuff that's happening because that's just our gig. You know, we have fun and we hang out, but we also are all interested in how we can work together and collaborate. So if we go to South by Southwest, we're 100% going to throw an after party, and you're 100%
ooh.
invited to come. But also, like, you can sponsor it, and we'll run through like, all right, here's the awesome businesses in Triba that you guys should go check out. So definitely a good idea. I mean, would you recommend sponsoring a streamer, content creator, or just going and hosting an after party? Or
I don't know much about like just how like sponsoring a streamer. I think it would be a really cool thing to do. I know a lot of really good streamers that want to go to conventions that maybe can't afford to. And I guarantee if you were like, here's your flight, your tickets, blah blah blah, and then you have like probably, they're an influencer, so you want to have them set up like tweet out that we've sponsored
right,
you, make certain amount of content while you're there. You could definitely benefit from both parties could benefit from that. Where the streamer gets to go network and meet
yeah.
people they need to meet and have fun, and then you get your name out there because they're gonna tell people, oh, why are you here at PAX? Well, I've been sponsored by Triba. They're blah blah
B, I'm
blah.
gonna
And
do this.
so yeah, if you can
No, this. Let's go deeper on
do
this.
that,
Let's
like
go deeper
that
on
would be
this.
pretty
So
cool. I don't know anyone. I don't know. I don't have personal experience.
yeah, if I could sponsor you, like pay your flight and hotel or something,
Hmm.
and send you to do it because you don't have kids, like
Right?
that would be so effective for me. Obviously, I'd love to do this, and I want to go when my kids are older. We'll all four show up, our family. But
Hmm.
right now, like I, as a business entity, I could send BU sponsor her, and you guys like if you're looking for sponsorships, your streamer, hit me up on in Triba. and we'll figure out like how to connect the businesses that want to send people with the streamers that maybe they're small streamers and they, just want a plane ticket. They don't need anything big. They just want to go and
Right.
like let's
Yeah.
talk about
Sometimes
the
they just need a little help.
deliverables then, B. Like, have you been
Hmm.
sponsored, or you probably know, and you mentioned having, hey, I'll make this much content. What was the other thing you mentioned?
Oh yeah, just when you're talking to people, it's
Tweets,
gonna
out
come up.
scheduling
People are gonna.
tweets. So
Oh,
you should,
tweeting.
yeah, maybe make a
Yeah.
spreadsheet for them and be like, hey, I want this many tweets. Or if you're doing it the other way around, maybe you're the streamer. Maybe have a
Hmm.
set, list. I'll make this many tweets. I'm going to stream every day for at least 30 minutes or an hour. Or what would you
Hmm.
say, B? What's a reasonable amount of content?
Yeah, I would say 30 minutes to an hour. You can like have specific areas that you want them to hit on. Because I love watching live stream content. I was watching one of my friends at TwitchCon not that long ago, and he was just
Hmm.
standing in line waiting to get in. I was just sitting there talking to him, and it's exciting because I can't be there, but I get to stand in line and wait like everyone else.
Right,
It
and
was
maybe
fun.
like get 10
Um,
business cards that are relevant to stuff I want to work with if you're doing B2B stuff. And we have a
mhm.
lot of B2B service providers. So, if you go and look for specifically indie games or something, indie game studios, and get all those business
Right.
cards, that could be worth hundreds to thousands for a business looking to grow. So,
Yeah, streamers
really,
are
and
really great to work with
a
big
free
things like
ticket,
that.
a
Hmm.
free plane ticket, a free experience. Obviously, you're gonna have to pay for
Yeah.
food and stuff, but um,
Yeah. But
I think this is
yeah,
totally reasonable to
usually
start sending like an army from Triba. Like, these are all the people we've connected.
this is our group, and yeah,
Yeah,
I think that would be it's a really fun idea. I would love to chat with some more streamers about that and what they would expect from
yeah.
sponsorship in that kind of area.
Hmm.
I have some people that would probably be interested.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a really neat idea.
I think this
Um,
has been a great stream because this is pretty practical stuff you can take away if you're looking to grow. You got to get a presence in the streaming community, and a lot of these streamers, they get so much noise online. It's like a needle in a haystack. You might be the best potential for them, the best offer for them, but getting them to notice you is like a game. It's like you gotta play the game hard. So if you go to
yeah.
you go pay $1,000, you may be like, why the heck would I ever pay $1,000 to do that? Because you can run straight into BU in the line to get hot dogs and like be talking to someone who has thousands and thousands of viewers, and you're there without any viewers and be like, all right, what is BU doing? When you may never get through her emails. I know BU actually responds pretty quickly if you ever want to reach out. But my point being,
Yeah.
it's direct contact, face to face. You cannot beat that. As
Mm-mm.
much,
No,
even in
because
VR, you're not going to be able to beat the chemistry of seeing a person. Like, there's biological, physical stuff that happens when you run into somebody.
it's crazy. So like, yeah, there would be people like
I mean,
even
obviously, if you
among my
collide midair, you're
coworkers.
gonna the physical response equal and opposite force. You're gonna go flying backwards. Don't run into people, please.
Don't run into people. Not too hard. Yeah, because when like just with myself, like people I've met in person, they're more likely to come to mind than people that I work with online. Like because I've met them, I have whatever it does, meeting people face to face, whatever it does to concrete them into your brain,
Hmm.
is a big difference. So
I have a.
there would be people that would work. So I worked with a publisher. So publishers work with lots of studios. So I worked with a bunch of different people, but the ones that I met in person that worked in our studios, I've stayed connected with them, and we ended up working together on other projects later on. It's just yeah, it's just a if you can network in person, it's totally different than
Hmm.
meeting people online, and it's going to strengthen those good connections you have online. It's going to strengthen them more.
Exactly.
Um, as well. So
Those are
a
the
lot of
people you're
my
more likely to
opportunities I've
respond to
gotten have
DMs
been
to.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You get to know these people.
That's funny the
So
more I think about it. I don't want to go take too long on this subject, but it is really important. I think the adrenaline and all the things that happen associated with being at TwitchCon, those are what are actually going to help solidify the memory of you meeting that person into long-term memory. If I
yeah,
see a DM
that's
from
such a
someone,
good point.
even if they're famous, I'm like, I read the DM, unless something physically changes with my brain chemistry, that's just gonna go into all the list of the 100 DMs I get every day. So it's like you
Hmm.
gotta be there and then your memory is part of that experience. You know, you've solidified that into long-term memory. Bee's probably forgotten very few of the people she's met at these big events. Like maybe she doesn't
Sure,
know all
there's
the
a lot that I
names, but
have.
well, I'm sure there's a
Yeah,
lot,
don't
but like the
forgot.
ones that were
But
meaningful, like you probably
hmm
still stay in touch with some of them.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
So,
I mean, that's
uh,
how I got into working in video games. So I went as a streamer, and then someone had brought up the idea that I would be a good community manager, and I was like, what does that even mean? What is a community manager? What do
ah,
they
the story
manage?
of Bee getting into community management.
Yeah, so I was. Do y'all want to hear it? This is
Yes.
how traveling and being in person makes a big difference with streaming.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So, um,
Hold on, let me turn off
I was.
show non-video participants.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Boom. And I'm gonna make you
Welcome.
full screen for a second because I gotta go to the bathroom. But I'm listening.
Okay,
I'm
perfect.
listening.
So, um, I was a mixer streamer and had become a partner on there from, working hard and putting in the time and being in the right place at the right
Ah, the
time with the right
story of
content.
Bee getting into community
But I got the
management.
opportunity to go to Vegas for a video game launch.
Yes.
And I got this opportunity because I communicated
Yeah.
to communication's so important. If you don't let people know what you want, what your obstacles are, what your goals are, they're not going to be able to help you because you've not presented the obstacles to them. So I would talk to my partner manager. They would give us video games for free to promote and stuff, and I let them know I like family-friendly games, more childlike games. You know, I like Animal Crossing and Harvest Moon and like soft stuff. Where a lot of the games they were giving us was like Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty, and I love all those games too. But I let them know like I like cute, cozy games. So I got this email a month or two later asking if I could be in Vegas on Wednesday. It was like Monday. I was like, wait, I need to go get on a plane like right now. Um, well, I was presented this opportunity because they were launching this super cute game called Sleep Tight. And it's a little top down tower defense survival game where you get these swarms of monsters and you're a kid and you're building pillow forts and stuff to fight them off. Super cute game. Got to go to Vegas to do an overnight sleepover to promote the title. We streamed all night, and it was so cool. But I was networking at this event too. I was meeting different people who were invited out and seeing what they did and who they were and all this stuff. And I met this one person, and he's like, "You going to PAX West?" Like, well, no, I'm not going to PAX West. I can't afford that. That'd be so cool. He's like, well, what do you need to go? Like, so we had a conversation, blah blah blah. Anyway, turns out he could help me. He worked with the convention, was able to get me some tickets and help get me a place to stay. And all I needed to do was get a flight out there. So I was able to go to PAX because I networked with somebody at a live event promoting a video game. And yes, it was kind of a special, Vegas event. This could have been a local meetup in your town, though. Like we were talking earlier, in person is the way to go. So even if you're going to small streamer get-togethers, indie game get-togethers, entrepreneurs, co-working spaces, creating your own events, uh, making a little game club, whatever it is. So then I got to go to PAX, and Mixer had a big presence there. Again, they were very supportive of their Mixer partner, so we were able to do some things that maybe I wouldn't have been able to do otherwise. Again, comes down to networking and talking to people. We
Mm-hmm.
got to do an ID at Xbox event, which is it's Xbox's independently developed studios, so all indie games. And we're there at the Microsoft studio, walking around. I'm playing demos, talking to devs. Um, and like I said, my friends had mentioned community management. I was like, I just had it in my head. I'm like, I don't know what it is really yet, but I'm gonna bring it up when I talk to people. So I'm hanging out, talking to this small indie game, and well, yeah, they were just asking me why I was there and stuff, and what I was interested in, and I'm kind of looking like to get into community management, blah blah blah. And like, oh, that's really cool. We're a new studio looking for that kind of thing. Let's stay in touch. You're a streamer. Like, here's our card. We need people to promote our game because I was interested in streaming their game. That's why I was mostly talking to them. Was I needed games to promote on my channel, and they ended up inviting me to a party. So this again is where networking, communicating.
Mm-hmm.
They invited me to a party that you needed to already be signed up for. I was able to get into this party and continue to build that connection with this small studio. And then I got to meet other people in that in that event, they had all their TVs in the game set up. I'm playing a bunch of different ones, talking to different studios. I met some people who gave me free game keys that I connected with after the event, promoted their game on my stream. The studio that invited me to that party ended up calling me. I ended up streaming a bunch of their games, but then they called me maybe 2 or 3, probably 3 months later, offering me a job. And that's how I
Wow.
got in working as a community manager, because I
Wow.
let them know I'm interested in this job position, but I kept doing my streaming thing. I kept putting out good stream content, working with studios, giving them that free value. I didn't charge them for playing their games. Um, so then yeah, and then I was able to go to all kinds
I'm
of
clipping
cons.
that because that was gold.
Sweet. But then I got to go to all kinds of conventions because I started working with a company that's what they do. You go, you scout for new games, you try to get money to pay for development of your games. You know, with Xbox and PlayStation and all that. Looking for investors and looking for things to invest in. So that's kind of how I got to learn about networking at conventions, getting into community management, so forth. But like I said, it
Hmm.
all seems kind of, you were in the right place at the right time. Lucky you, you know. But I was putting myself out there,
Yeah, I
and
don't
that's
think it
what
was
you have
lucky.
to. It's not luck. It's, you know, it is being in the right place at the right time. But you have to put yourself out there. You have to like let people know what you're doing, who you are, find out what they're doing, find collaboration moments,
Hmm.
and yeah,
It's
you
easy
just
to
got to
look
do
at big
it.
content creators and be like, wow, that they must have gotten so lucky. I mean, some of it's God-given talent, yes.
Yeah.
BeeYoo's a great personality on stream and in person. I've talked to her, well, not in person, but one on one. But most of it's just she's put in the hard work. It doesn't. Yeah, it's easy to get to affiliate. You can kind of fudge your way to affiliate, but going that next level and working with other streamers, I keep telling people in the business world that is the key. Networking, talking to other people, finding out what works, but also working with them and just giving them free stuff, free value. It's the value up here, not like giving them product. You can give them product to try out, but
Sometimes that helps though.
that does help. It's not a bad thing to do if you got product, but it's
Right.
really sharing that value. If you have something to offer service wise, you want a job, you're looking for work, show them, I'm making good content. I'll check out your game, try it out for free. That's a great way to get started. So well done, B. That's a
Yeah.
great example of how to effectively network in a community.
Thanks.
Yeah. I think as
But
community managers, we can undersell ourselves so often, but just showing that you're a real person goes a long way.
yeah, it's easy to undersell ourselves because we might not have the numbers to show like a marketing team. A marketing team's like, we did this and here's all the numbers.
Hmm.
Where we're cultivating emotions and we're
Yeah.
cultivating connections and a feeling, like we're developing a brand vibe, and
Yeah.
it's hard to see the numbers increase with very clear. I think you're pretty good at it, Sam, but a lot of us struggle with like
Well, it's been a
very clear,
process.
here's how we've improved and here's how we've helped grow this in a certain way.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Well, it's hard to
we
put a
can't
price
just.
tag on that too. It is hard to put a price tag on connections and the emotional value of good content and that kind of referral. I've worked so hard to put together something in Triba and in this group, and the or the community management tools that I use, like Orbit, and those are really key because they help you see, where you can focus to maximize your effect, your impact, and your growth, and help people. Like
Hmm.
who needs the help.
I would have
There's
loved having Orbit back when I was more involved working with companies. That would have been
Yeah,
so nice to know who exactly in the community really was, you
right.
know, involved, so that we can help cultivate that. But
Yeah, I wish I had that link ready to hand out to people. But you guys can go check it out for free. Orbit is incredible. I started using it more for Triba, and it linked to our Twitter. So now I see people tweeting at us and things like that on there. They're gonna set me up with the enterprise level one that's like thousands of dollars a month. Yeah. So they're gonna give me the automations and everything. They're giving discounts for Tribe of Gold members, and then they're basically allowing you to automate the collection of data, and I think they even do like responses and things like that. But
oh, really,
it's really cool.
it's a, yeah. It's a pretty hardy tool, and I've only like got the
Orbit.love. Yeah,
surface of it.
that is it. If you do want to, if you're gonna sign up, ask me for the link, but go check it out. They have,
It's your referral links, y'all. If
yeah,
you sign up for anything, if you know your friends use it, ask them for their referral links. It'll make their day, I promise.
yeah. I mean, it's not like we're making a lot off of the referral links and stuff, but it's just
Every little bit helps.
it's part of that. Yeah, it's part of that community vibe, just to show them as well. Like, okay, this person found out from so and so. It's really more about that, and then obviously you can make money from referral links if you do it effectively. But
Mm-hmm. Right. There's all kinds of interesting ways
yeah, so that's
to do
another
that
thing.
stuff.
Like, when you were there, did you get people who wanted to? Did the referral links go around like wildfire, or were people talking about tools they use? I know you said you went to the educational workshops. Like, was that the most valuable part for you?
For my first TwitchCon, definitely. I don't think there was any like referral links. It never felt, yeah, nothing like that, I guess.
But I mean, the people teaching, were they talking about tools?
Yeah, occasionally. Man, it's been 6 years or so since I've been, so yeah, they talk about tools. I guess like like a lawyer was talking about all the things that we break because we're always playing music we shouldn't, sharing gifts we shouldn't. Like streamers are
Oh
real
my
bad
gosh.
about breaking copyright laws. So I guess technically he was promoting himself after his panel. He was out in the lobby and people were like, "I want your services because I need help with this streaming stuff." And he was a lawyer that understood streaming.
Yeah,
Um, so like that's another thing I wanted to bring up, Sam. If you can't afford to go to cons, submit panels. If you are educated in something and you have something to offer to
yeah.
educate streamers or people in the industry that you're going to the convention, apply for panels. I saw one the other day where you got free tickets and I think they covered your room or something.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, that's
so
great.
there's options there too if you have information you can present that
Very
they
good
would
point.
find interesting.
Yeah, very good
And
point. I think a lot of people in this community fall in that category. They've given a lot of talks. Obviously, we bring people in quite often to speak on topics. So if you have some topic like that and it's relevant to gaming or streaming or content creation, think about going and sharing it, and then you could potentially get your whole trip paid for by them.
yeah, and I know we've been talking mostly about PAX, but I mean, there's comic cons in every town. There's anime conventions to go to, and a lot of those overlap.
Yeah.
Or you can, put a streaming panel on at an anime con. Totally works.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're like, here's how we rig up a face rig and do VTubing and stuff.
Right.
There's gonna be people there that are interested in that.
That's a great
Uh,
idea too. Yeah.
so keep an eye on that. Like you don't have to fly to these big cities to these very specific ones. Go to local conventions. They're all over the place.
Yeah. We've talked a little bit about in-person stuff, like in your local area. You're close to a big city. Go on Meetup or even Facebook. Look at what kind of little groups are hanging out talking about gaming, content creation, even business. If you're looking to find business sponsorships and you're a content creator, go check out some of the regular business hangouts that are happening in the city. Those are always happening. Pretty much no matter what city you're in, there's an entrepreneur group that's collaborating. So even if you don't have a TwitchCon or a Comic Con in your neighborhood, try to go some of those small meetings, connect with businesses, people who are entrepreneurial. That's a really great way to grow, guys. And that is
It is.
the focus of today's workshop. I think it's been a great stream.
It has been. We had a couple comments in chat.
Yeah, go
Russ,
through.
Russ says luck can play a part, but you can do things to increase your chances of getting lucky. Very
Hmm.
true. I always say you can't find a four-leaf clover unless you're looking for one. So that's kind of how I view luck. If you're not looking for
Yeah,
it,
opportunities arise. Uh, and you got to position yourself to take advantage of those opportunities. I don't know if I would call it luck. I don't really believe in luck necessarily. So, but I mean everybody has different perspective on why the things happen in the universe. I think it's really about putting in that work, putting yourself in the right position and continuing to make great content. You
letting
can
people
learn
know what
that
you need.
in here. I think community is a huge part of it. If you're doing any sort of
Mhm.
content creation, you want to take the audience to the next level, and Discord's a great place to do that. You can have a well-branded Discord in a week or two, I'm putting that kind of package deal up on my website, but that is what I do. Tribe as an example of the kind of community space that I offer businesses. If you're looking to get sponsored and promoted by games, maybe you're an indie game studio and you have sort of a Discord space, but you're not sure why you have it or why you're, managing all these random interactions, we can manage all that as well as build it out so that you can take it and it be the networking part of going to these conferences. Like, oh, hey, I'd love to talk to you more. Here's a link to my Discord. And then you can see in the welcome channel all the links to my socials, everything else. You can jump in and connect. So make it into a networking for your brand, but also keep an open mind for potential collaborations and partnerships. Take notes, have a piece of paper or use your phone to document. Maybe you take a picture of every single business card you get and you attach it to your Notion or your Keep. There's a lot of great apps that let you just add notes to images. So take
Nice.
pictures of those, write them down, write notes down, and then afterwards, like B said, schedule a period of your next week where you're deliberately reaching out to these, looking at your notes, finding out. You can have sort of a standardized template for it. Hey, thank you for taking the time to talk to me at such con. I love talking about XYZ. Pull up your notes, fill in the blanks, and then ask them, hey, do you want to schedule a time to see what we could do together?
Mhm.
That is the 1, 2, 3 of how to use in-person live network to grow your brand and make more money doing what you love.
Perfect.
Anything to add, B, before we wrap up? I
Uh,
know it's 101 now.
oh, yeah. No, I think that was it. Rabbit St. James said, "Can you imagine how successful we would be if we only started 2 years sooner than the masses?" That's an interesting take,
Hmm.
Rabbit. Um, that's like so. Sometimes you're too early. Actually, we had a conversation about this in our philosophy club here in Triba. Writing trends is like a wave. If you're
Yeah.
too early, no one's gonna have. You're not gonna have your viewers. No one's gonna know what you're doing. You're gonna be kind of trailblazing, and you're gonna be in an area unknown. And it can be really good to be some of the first people in, but at the same time, it might not be successful enough for you to gain momentum. You want to be on that wave. So like, yeah, you get in a little bit early and then you ride that wave and you figure out how to stay on it. That's great. Some people
Hmm.
come in later on and it's better for them because the structure's already there. People understand what's going on. And they become more successful because the game plan's already been laid out.
Yeah.
So you don't want to kick yourself too much being like, I wish I had started sooner. Because, yeah, when I started streaming on Twitch, it'd been around for a few years. And I was like, man, if only I'd gotten in sooner, I'd be bigger right now. I don't think that's the case.
Hmm.
Because
Yeah,
I
there's
would have had
cutting
to
edge and then there's
maintain.
bleeding edge.
Oh, interesting. I.
Yeah. The concept is like you can be on the cutting edge of tech where you're making the wave, like you're at the pinnacle of the wave. That's cutting edge. Bleeding edge is like you're the one getting cut kind of, and it's kind of like you're too early for something that's really great. It's going to go off, but like you said, you kind of bleed out first. I did that. We
Yeah.
actually in 2019 they added video to Discord, and I took in the first agency and built a whole Discord community for this design agency, and we were too early. No one knew about Discord really. I mean, there was,
Mm-hmm.
I think if you look at this data, there was maybe like 20, 30 million people, and they were all gaming. So we got like 800 people in there, but it was a struggle from day one. No one knew how to use it. And then we started Triba, or I started Triba in 2021, and right when that was right when Microsoft tried to buy them, and it was right when everyone got on. A lot of people saw the business potential for indie communities and gaming and content
Yeah, they were
creators.
pushing non-gaming. They were pushing outside the box things,
Exactly.
which was cool.
And they
I
added
remember
the
in Discord.
features right as I needed them practically. It was like they had live streaming, then they added the chat in channel chat, they added the events, so I didn't have to have a third party links and channels for all the events. What else? They added so many things that were super helpful,
Yeah.
and I was on the cutting edge with them. Like we were the first big business Discord to grow on Discord. If you look up business community on Discord, you find Triba. So it's really been kind of that riding the cutting edge wave, as opposed to being that they're too
Yeah.
early, no one's really showing up, but you're onto something. That's very difficult.
Mm-hmm. It's so hard, especially when you see the potential for things. I feel like I struggle with this. I see the potential in new products, and I'm
Same.
like, this is gonna be great. And then everyone's like ignoring what I'm saying, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
why don't people see like like
They
what I'm
don't get
seeing
it, B.
right now.
They're not
They
seeing
gotta
the
wait
vision.
for yeah, they gotta wait for a group of people to come in around it before they feel comfortable to engage in the new thing.
Yeah.
I guess. Um,
I think content
yeah.
creators are the new way of actually selling things to the right people, because people are being more and more selective about what they look at when they find streams. You know, obviously the algorithms show you stuff, but when you find a good content creator, you trust them. They build up, they build up trust and authenticity with you, and then they can
Hmm.
share things with you that are maybe not on your radar, but useful for you. And that's what Tribe is trying to accomplish with the whole live
Yeah.
streams and hangouts. Just find out about stuff that you otherwise would not find out about by Google searching it.
Right. Yeah. People are immune to ads now, so they don't want to see
Yeah.
brand logos. They don't want to see any sort of advertisements. So usually,
Yeah.
a content creator is a good way to
I've
like
been thinking about just removing all the
organic this.
Tribe of branding stuff from our TikToks and Instagrams. Like, if you want to find
I would
out
try.
more,
I would try. I would see what happens when you do, just to
okay.
see if maybe those get more clicks or views.
Yeah,
The
because I think people see
longer
that and they're
duration
like, oh, this is obviously an
business.
advertisement. Yeah.
They're selling me something. I
And we're
don't
not selling you
want.
anything. Like, it's all free.
Right.
I just want people to know about it. And I'm like, all right, if I put the Discord logo, like, they can join the Discord totally free instantly. But I think that's a turnoff for a lot of people. It
Mm.
almost is. It's a turnoff for me, so it's got to be a turnoff for other people. I got to stop doing that.
Yeah. Well,
This
hey,
is a good point.
you have to try things. You have to experiment and figure out what works.
Yeah, and if
Um,
you're in our Discord, tell me, did you find out about it from TikTok or Instagram? I
yeah.
don't think
Let us
many
know where you're
people
coming
did.
from. I feel like a lot of people come from Discord.
Oh, we get the most people from Discord and the listings, other listing sites. We just
Did
hit
you
111, 11, 11.
do you have
Or
a
one.
meeting right? Oh, 111. Do you have a meeting right now or anything?
I have to look. Hold on. No, not yet. No.
Let's explain what these listing sites are, because I don't think a lot of people know,
Okay.
and I don't know any streamers who are using them. So, um,
Let me share my
just
screen.
a little
I'll show
brief,
you guys.
and then we can wrap it up.
Okay.
Sorry, we've gone a little late, but I think this is important because I've never thought to use one. But
Okay.
you
Do you
get
want
so
to
much
see
traffic
here?
from it.
Can you see my screen?
Hang on, I gotta find you. Okay, yep, I see your screen.
Okay, let's just look at the first one, top.gg. So the nice thing is you can also have your community vote on these. We got a 5-star review on this site. So once you list your site or your Discord server, basically you just log in with your Discord and there's an ad. Wow. Okay. They have to make money, guys.
Yep.
So you can see I have a lot of Discords. But Triba is, once you get in here, you how the heck? Oh, the top you just add server. They make it really easy. So once you add your server, you put in all the information like a so they always have like the same thing. They have a short description, they have a long description usually, and then they have like tags. And sometimes they have categories. So you can see there's categories here, investing, mentorship, business, economy. Usually you don't get to really get creative with those. They're set. They show you what emotes you have in there. That's my face. Nice. You can link your community, which that needs to be updated to the Tribo website now. And then you can ask for reviews. You can get people, you can see down here we got reviews from several members. Go leave us a review if you want. And then people can search for you on top.gg. So if you search
Type in streamer or something.
streamer,
Yeah, Twitch streamer.
Twitch streamer. Let's see. So Discord servers, let me get rid of this ad.
Small streamer community. I've seen them on Twitter.
Yeah, they got 18,000. So
That's a lot.
I should join them. I don't know if
Um,
I'm in there. You can
so
see they
if
don't have
y'all are
any
looking for,
reviews. That's a problem.
oh, interesting. They need
And
to probably nudge
they
people
need a
to see that.
community manager who knows what they're
um,
doing.
that's a big community. Um, so yeah, you can list your sites on here to
What's this?
gain more people finding your Discord.
Okay, this is good. So they've got their short description: CCC's community where content creators, small platforms unite and thrive. YouTubers, streamers, artists, editors, and more. Perfect. Your success is our objective. They got their tagline. Then they got a little long description. You can read through that. I don't know how many people are going to read through the whole thing, but if they're interested, they might. I think
Okay,
they're
so
going
that
to
was a
look
good
here
point.
and then just click
Your
either
short
join or
descriptions need to be on point
this.
and to
Yeah,
the
the
point.
short description needs to be what these guys said. They are doing it really well.
Yeah.
They have got a good community manager. So
Nice.
it's
Yeah.
very clear,
That's
I'm going to probably join this one
yeah.
right off the bat. Like, it's caught my attention. They got members, they got emotes, they got their categories, support server. Um, they have one review, so that probably could be stepped up. Get
So
your
not
community to
only
review it.
yeah, not only are these sites good to put your own personal Discord on for self promotion, they're great for finding the Discords that you want to be involved in. And we were just talking about going to cons. See if there's any Discords around the con you're going to. That's probably a good place to be like, hey y'all, I'm gonna be around on Thursday at 5 o'clock. I don't have anything going on. Anyone want to meet up at this place and come network or hang out? You
Yeah.
know, like or you'll see other people like offering that. Like we're doing a community manager meetup at the coffee house at 7:30. Pop in. Um, you're gonna find that kind of stuff on Discord. It's a good place to reach out and try to find parties. I don't remember the access. There's lists of parties that are like not public, and I don't know how to access this anymore. But
That's a good question. We
um,
should find that out.
but getting in these discords and stuff is a good way to kind of get access to that kind of information.
Yeah. Discadia,
This
I have a
one,
whole list of them.
Discadia. I haven't seen Discadia. Discord's the only one I'm aware of because it pops up in the Discord.
Oh, really? Oh, there's a lot of them.
Oh my gosh! So you
What's
have a whole
another
bunch.
one?
There's 8 right there.
Yeah, those aren't even all of them. I have a whole list. But you can see
And
there's a lot of people actually find us. I don't know why this one's not updated. Probably need to reintegrate or relink it. But people can
yeah,
find out about your server very easily.
and these are free listing sites, right?
Yeah, these are all free. Where's discord.io? Oh, that is discord.io. Discord servers. There's so many of them now. And sometimes these small ones are a great place to find your niche audience. Like, if you get listed on one of these and then you go to their homepage, if you're getting votes from your community, you can pop up on these front page listings. These are ones that people have voted for or bumped. And
Yeah.
sometimes I'll go through here and just check out like what kind of servers are getting their community to vote for them. These are from the blog. These are popular discords. So you can see Phasmophobia,
Among Us.
Overwatch. Yeah.
Among Us has a awesome community manager, like
Oh,
one of
really?
the best in the industries. Yeah.
Do you know them?
Vicky Tran. I don't know her personally,
Okay.
but she's like the go-to community manager for information. Like if you're learning to be a community manager, she puts out blogs and things a lot.
Oof.
And yeah,
We're not
great.
very high up on this listing.
But we're on there.
We're on there, yeah. We're
So
on
yeah,
there.
that involves getting your community to kind of vote and bump you and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Getting people to
But
bump you is really
again,
important.
this is like it's similar to having like an Instagram or a Twitter or something where more people can find you, find your link, and get to your content. It doesn't hurt to have these platforms to get your name out there if you're trying to grow. But I mean, Triba gets members in all day. Like if you join Triba, you'll see people join us a lot. Yeah, there's gonna be spam. There's gonna be bad actors or whatever. But
Oh my gosh,
like
this is a lot of ads.
the growth is quite a bit. Sam, you get like at least 10 new members every day, at least, right? It
Yeah.
seems that way.
Yeah, probably. And then sometimes we'll get raided and I have to ban everyone who joins. But for the most part, yeah, we're getting at least 5 to 10 people a day, and almost all those people are coming from finding us either on these sites or by just Googling business Discord server. So they're all
Yeah.
intentionally joining. Some of them are intentionally joining with malicious intent to scam everybody out of their money. So be careful out there, fam. But you're getting a lot of people who are specifically looking for your niche. So say you sell plushies and you have a server that's just like cute plushies or cute plushie community or something. You'd want to be more
Yeah.
creative than that, but it would show up when people look for plushies. I don't know how many people are looking for plushies, but you can see here,
There's a community for sure.
yeah, tags. There's 244 business communities, entrepreneurs 32, mentorship there's one, so I guess that's us. So categories, like you go look at their categories and you can see which ones are being bumped. I always look to see where Triba is.
Mm,
There's a lot of servers on here.
right.
Anyways,
Hey, Cypher, feels like work. What setting these up?
oh, it is. That's why you hire me.
Right, yeah, that's why you hire Sam and let him do all this for
I
you,
do
and
all
we'll get you
this. Yeah,
listed on all the platforms and get your community growing. Um,
exactly. I mean, it's a huge part of it. It's what I call Discord SEO. So Discord SEO involves being visible to people. It's an invite only platform, so visibility is purely determined by you. Like Discord does one thing, aside from partnership, which is hard to get into right now. And I've gotten servers to partnership level, but it's still like a needle in a haystack. What you can do is once you've gotten your 500 members in there, which I can help you get there, hit me up. Once you've got 500 members engaging and you're up to a certain activity level, you can apply for a community server. I don't know if you have to apply now or if you just click the enable community. I think you just click it. And then once you've turned it on and set it up, you've described your server and you have it looking nice, they will put it on their listing. So you can actually go to the Discord listing and search for categorically what you want to join, and yours will pop up. So,
this is ran by Discord.
right, this is ran by Discord. So if I open
Okay.
Discord on here, a browser based, I would recommend downloading the app if you haven't. uh,
DJ MD Soul just rated us with 14 viewers.
oh my gosh, what's up? Welcome in, fam. How
Hi
goes
everyone.
it?
Welcome. We have just been chatting about networking at conventions and how to.
Yeah,
We kind of stumbled into setting up your discords and how to grow your discords and get people in and how to
right.
raise that SEO.
Yeah, it
But
transitioned into that. We were
welcome
talking about all the
everyone.
cons, all the networking potential of real in-person communication. I think the second best thing is Discord. Seeing somebody face to face and streaming from Discord, great way to get that kind of personal network effect. The serendipity of bumping into somebody at a conference can't be undervalued. If you need to respond to chat and stuff, go ahead. I'm sure it's popping off.
Yeah, I'm trying not to interrupt. I'm really bad at just like I don't care who I'm in a chat with. I'm talking to my community right now. Hold on.
Yeah, a lot of
I'm really
streamers
bad
like
about
will
it.
mute themselves. They'll have a push to mute for their Discord. I need to set that up because it's the same problem. But yeah, when you're streaming with another streamer and collaborating, you got to kind of pause every now and then. Go ahead, Bede. Is there anything you want to say to
Oh.
your community?
MD Soul said we have to start the whole conversation over. He
Oh, okay.
understood.
All right. Back to the beginning. B, how did you start streaming?
Oh, everybody buckle up.
Has anybody
Um,
in the audience been to a TwitchCon or a PAX or something like that? South by Southwest? South by
yeah.
Southwest or East?
Oh, Q Bowser's in here. South by Southwest.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Q Bowser's in here too. IRL networking is huge. A lot of content creators never even attempt it. It is
Yeah.
crazy. Look
Don't
at us.
go at it
Look at all these
alone.
mixer people in the chat right now. CJ, Q Bowser, Mixtifer. Y'all, we met in person and we
Mixed
were
of
like, I didn't meet all of you in person, but like we connected and I think it just, and we've stayed connected. Y'all,
Yeah,
we're
we
still
were
hanging
just
out.
talking about this. I was like, B, I bet those people you met in person were so solidified in your long-term memory that you kept those relationships going, as opposed to just, messaging somebody or, on an email or something. It's just,
Right.
it's different.
MD Soul said that's how they got some of their partnerships by going to conferences and networking in
Awesome.
person.
I would love to hear more about that. I should interview you as well. We should bring Indie Souls on the stream one of these weeks and get some of
Yeah,
those stories. I think those are so good for other content creators to hear.
that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Q Bowser, I got to hang out at E3 in 2019. That was
Hey,
super sweet. PAX West 2019.
nice.
Um,
Nice. Are these all streamers too, or just, people?
mhm, yeah,
Awesome.
Yeah,
That's so
everyone hanging
cool.
out right now, pretty much.
Yeah, we were talking about doing another collab stream where we help some of the smaller streamers and do group stuff. We had some really great ideas, and Tribe is sort of set up now to have these regular streams and scheduled time to make content together. So if anyone's interested in doing that, we'd love to have you join in. We've been doing like the Jackbox party packs and stuff, but also making it very educational and helping people learn from our journeys. So if you like doing that,
Yeah. And Sam, what I like about, it seems like, oh, we're going to stream some games. That's kind of not business or that's silly. But
yeah,
that's actually
yeah,
what I'm here doing. Like, that's what I do. I play
yeah,
games and stream. So actually doing it in our Discord and kind of showing why that goes, like how that goes live and
yeah.
how you can, make your community fun and have game nights. You play games, CJ. I don't. Actually, CJ, I've been playing Deep Rock Galactic and it was fun. You know that.
I'm gonna start.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah, I
Russ
mean,
is on the wrong side of
if
the
you're joining us and you have no idea what we're doing, this is a weekly thing where we actually talk about this specifically. How to make better content, how to collaborate, come up with ideas for what we can do to be really intentional with our business. Because you have to be making money to keep making the content. So how do you get your community to support you better and give them more value, but also grow it and network? And the collaboration stuff is just undeniably the biggest part of what makes content creation happen. You got to have people who know about what you're doing. You can make the best content and get zero exposure if you don't talk to the right people. You can't just be
Yeah.
sitting in your computer in your room all the time, which I'm pretty much like preaching at myself right now.
Sam's like,
I'm like, you can't be just sitting in your computer all the time, Sam. Go out and do stuff. So we're gonna start doing more in-person stuff with Tribo.
Oh, CJ, you met. I didn't meet you in person because, okay, whatever. Q Bowser met Mixerfer at a local Microsoft Store meetup back when those still existed.
That's
So
awesome.
we were talking a little earlier about local meetups. If you don't have one in your area, figure out how to set one up. It's not that difficult. If you have a group of people in your area, start a Facebook group for your area for like gaming or streaming or whatever. Start a Facebook group. You're gonna get people in there. Promote it on Craigslist. I don't care. But like get people together and then start events. I've started some in the past when I was like 20 years old. I was like, hey, y'all, like we're reptile lovers. Let's all get together at a hotel or something and talk about our reptiles. And because I offered the idea of let's all meet up, someone who ran a reptile zoo was like, you all can be here Tuesday after we close. And we all met up at a reptile
That's
zoo
so cool.
to talk about reptiles. So get out there, meet people, let people know what you're doing so that they can contribute or connect you to someone who is also involved with what you're doing. It's cool what can happen when you do those things.
You became the go-to Mixer dudes. Nice. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, I wish Mixer had stuck around. I mean,
me too.
I don't know the whole story of what happened, but it's sad.
It's a sad story.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people were set back and had to like forced to go over to Twitch, just keep doing what they love, and that makes me sad in of itself. Like, I think Discord could be the bigger platform when they add in discoverability for streams. Like, you could just stream from Discord and like, yeah, it goes out on Twitch and other places, but those are just places for people to find out about the cool communities. Because I know all you have your own little communities and you love those people, like, and bringing more people into that is my goal as a community manager. It's like, how do we get discoverability? That's the hardest part for communities. It's like, how do you talk about a community without getting the wrong people in there? And I think it's working with other streamers who are similar minded. It's like their audience is probably going to like doing stuff with them too, and it doesn't hurt you to give them more great value. It actually benefits you, because then they're like, oh, so and so told me about BeeYoo, and then I love that stream too. You're not going to forget about the people who told you. It's just it doesn't happen. So
yeah, what's really cool about that is it's so nice when you go to other people's streams that you like and you see your friends hanging out in chat.
Yes.
So then not only are you getting the streamer you like, you're hanging out with a whole bunch of other people that you already like, and it's just a good, fun time.
Yeah.
Cypher, we Mixer survivors are still upset. It was the best of times.
F's in chat for Mixer. F's in chat for Mixer. But yes, we're gonna make it happen in Triba. We're gonna make sure that everybody gets the support they need to grow. If you want to do that kind of collaborative content creation, I know B said she ran like a small streamer support group or something.
Hmm.
And
Yeah, we had like
I want
indie
to put in
day.
the time and energy. You know, we got once we get this ball rolling this year, we're gonna do some really awesome stuff with both in-person meetups in different cities,
Hmm.
hopefully too, and then also making this more of a collaborative content creation with them.
Definitely. If y'all are near Raleigh, definitely get in touch. And then I think, Mixer, you want to get in touch with Sam? Just hit us up.
Yeah,
We're happy to set up a call, see what you're doing, how we can help.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what we're here for. So, just a cool place to learn and grow your business. And we're trying really hard to find topics that you all benefit from. I want to talk about the things that people don't talk about with streaming. You know, how do you network? How do you get out there? How do you make money? Streamers give you advice. We all have gotten the, typical generic advice on how to be a streamer and grow, but I think with Triba, we want to touch on that business side. How can we
hmm
run our business, not our hobby stream? And how can
yeah,
businesses easily like work better with us? Because we have a lot to offer and we're underutilized. But we were talking earlier, like, what if a business sponsors a streamer and pays for their trip to PAX?
yeah,
Like, how can we justify that? How can we convince businesses this is a really good idea and worth spending your money? And then the streamer's gonna benefit. You know, we're all like super social butterflies at conventions, and we're gonna promote who
yeah.
has sponsored us.
Oh my
And it
gosh, if
can
I
be a
went
really
to a
cool thing.
convention, like if I go to a convention this year, you need to talk to me because if you got a cool product or stream or something, you know, we got so many businesses in here. We got 25 people now who are on the verified list. Like I'm gonna be talking about all of them with the right people when I meet them. So it's like B2B networking. That's what I've tried to bring to the content creation. And I know you guys have done this. You know the
Mm-hmm.
idea. But it's like if you're going to these conventions, it's got to be intentional. We talked about this for about an hour today already, but you know,
Yeah.
getting your stack of business cards isn't enough if those that stack sits on your desk and you don't make something out of those connections. So really, it benefits you and it benefits everyone else. Also, shout out to Russ for following us. Welcome to the Tribe of Fam. Hope you get in the Discord too. But really, the value is that community you build, and the people who are in charge of stuff are the people that you want to highlight. You know, you want to make sure that you're talking to them and finding ways that you can help them first before you ask something business related. So
Mm-hmm.
but
We could dive into the etiquette a little bit more too. I think that would
next
be
time,
good because yeah,
next
we don't
time,
want to just run up to business people and be like, "Hi, I'm
yes,
a streamer. You should give me free stuff."
exactly. Yeah,
So
we talked about that too. Like B was just playing the games for these indie studios. That's how she got her job. I clipped how she got her into community management. And I think she's a great community manager. I mean, we work together now. We're looking for some bigger projects. If you guys know anyone who wants a team that can really promote their value, their an impact based company or product, we love working with that kind of stuff. And Tribo would be more than happy to back and support something like that, sending them down to one of these conventions and talking about it. So we're ready to rock and roll. I think really the reason it hasn't popped up in Triba yet is because we haven't done in person stuff. We haven't done what we're kind of preaching here and telling you guys to do. BU has, and so I'm so glad that she's part of Triba now because that is inspiring me and giving me that like motivation that yes, we can go and do this and bring it to so many more people that it will benefit because we
yeah,
basically are just teaching all the entrepreneur business data analytics stuff that really does matter and content creators just want to make awesome content. We support that. We power it. So this is all coming together. It's like a culmination of years and years of vision and dream and hard work that BU and I and all the people in Tribe have been putting in. It is like 100% community sourced and supported. No one's making a dime off of Triba other than just the value that we bring each other and helping. You know, there's so many ways you can participate. It's just ridiculous. At this point, it's too much for me to comprehend, but I'm so glad we got an awesome staff. Shout out to all the moderators.
yeah, awesome,
They are
awesome
really what
team.
make this work. Like we got an awesome team.
Oh. All my animals are
Oh my
screaming.
gosh, a bird.
They're like, "You have been streaming 30 minutes past when you normally stream."
Oh, that's so cute.
This is Krona. There's
Oh,
my dog
Krona,
running
do
in
you
the
want to be our
background.
mascot? That's adorable. I'm
You know
trying to
Krona.
figure out a
He
good
works for
mascot.
Millet. You gotta get your golden retriever, Sam.
I know. It should be the Tribe of Goldens. I think that.
I
Oh
love
my
that.
gosh, the tribe of Goldens.
All right,
I'm gonna
you've
talk
already
to
got it
Summer.
settled.
I'm gonna talk to Summer.
It's a
She's.
business write-off.
It's a business, right? Oh my gosh.
Can you write off
Does
a
that
dog
count?
featured
Can
mascot?
you write off a mascot purchase? Like,
I don't know. But like it's your can you write off your dog food and stuff if he's the content?
dude.
Because what I want to figure out as a streamer is how do I write
That's
off
great.
everything ever? If I live stream everything I do, like I'm live streaming my oil change, I'm live streaming dinner, I'm live streaming like
I
cleaning
need
the
oil for
bathroom.
my
Can
oil
I
change.
write?
I feel like
Can
the
I write
IRS
that?
would be all over you if they found out though.
It's content. It's for my business. I make
What I
money.
mean, what do content creators get to do? Like, what does Mr. Beast get to do? Does he write off his entire income as, or his entire life as just
That's what I'm saying. I
potential
think they don't
content that
write
he
off
like?
enough.
He could just write off his whole life as B-roll. Just wear a GoPro, and then everything you do is a tax write-off. You just go to restaurants. It's my B-roll for my life documentary.
Beast has a team of tax professionals, so probably
Oh,
he
I'm
does
sure that
everything.
man. Yeah, I'm sure that man has all the tricks up his sleeve. He has so
Yeah.
much money that he spends on those videos. I watched that podcast about him, and it was like he's talking about, oh, I only sweat it if it's like over $1 million for the video, you know, or I'm like not concerned about it if it's under 3 mil or something. I'm like, it's crazy how he can plan out such a massive endeavor and be so confident that it will make millions. The
So
man
wild.
is a absolute genius. And his secret, I heard him talk about this on the podcast. His secret was just ingest massive volumes of the kind of content you want to create and process it through your own internal algorithm, because the brain's more powerful than like any other computer you can possibly imagine. We don't have computing that's as powerful in developing new organic ideas. The AI you see like Midjourney and even OpenAI, they're working on the neural networks that we wrote. So the smartest brains have put them together. Yeah, they're really smart and they can scour the whole collective knowledge base of humanity, but only you can come up with 100% original ideas. That is you.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That was a good way to put it. Because yeah, I think a lot of people are scared that
Yeah.
we're gonna lose our creativity because we're just gonna let the AI think for us.
No. No, no, no. AI is just going to show you more so you can learn more, so you can create better, create more. So things will change. Don't be afraid to change because it's not going to happen the same way it used to. Content
Yeah.
won't be made the same way. Like, you're probably going to need to get into being a content creator in a very like live entertainer kind of vibe in a virtual world as we move into more of the metaverse. But don't worry, that's bleeding edge right now. Don't
Yeah.
cut yourself. Don't cut yourself. If you're not really into VR, you want to just do what you're doing and it's working, it's growing. Keep doing that. Don't feel like, oh, I have to get into VR right now. It is very small. A lot of hype, a lot of marketing. The whole term VR is marketing. We've been doing stuff in VR for years just on our computers with us. But anyways, that is, I'm not going to get into that. It is long past when we normally end these. If you want to talk more about the businessy stuff, come back next week on Friday. I mean, on Monday. Every Monday.
Yep, we're streaming on Monday. Tuesday we do our mindfulness workshops where you learn a little self care around business so you don't burn out and hurt yourself. Don't want to do that. If I get these wrong, Sam, correct me. Wednesday is philosophy club. If you're into philosophy, the love of knowledge, right?
What the heck?
What? What?
They have more members than I. These guys are botting their servers. These guys just popped up. And they're ahead of us now. I'm sorry. Totally random. We were the top, and now these just random drop shipping small business hub.
That's okay, Sam. It's about the quality.
It's about the quality
About the
over
quality.
quantity. Oh well.
Philosophy Club's Wednesday. It's really cool. I think this week we're going to be talking about. Well, we started off last week.
It's
What is
why
the
do you
soul
need
and
the
how do you feed
soul?
it? So we talked about what is the soul, and then tomorrow we're going to talk about, or Wednesday we're going to talk about how to feed it. So how do you feed your soul and get that feel good? I am soul, CJ. You gotta feed yourself though. So we're gonna learn about that, and Thursday is a class I really enjoy with Liam. It's the marketing and social media. This is what I really like about this one is it keeps you up to date on all the new tools things that are being beta tested, because we know how social media rolls out all these tools and they give it to individuals separately. So with the collective of Triba, some of us are like, I just got into this beta. Have y'all seen this? Here's how it
Mm-hmm.
works. Here's what you need to do when it comes out for you. Like we talked about topics the other day and how you can organize your reels on topics. Emma talked about how Instagram's trying to move their algorithm to be more like Pinterest with discoverability and how you find your content.
Yeah.
So we get to learn things like that, like what's the newest, latest like trends and how to take advantage of those algorithms. So I definitely love Thursday to keep up to date on all things social media. And then on Friday we do game development with Zach. So if you're a game developer and wanting to make a game or interested in how that process works, uh, we've got that on Friday. So
Yeah, we're
thank
actually having
y'all
some
so much.
some real devs come in too. I mean, not that Zach's not a real dev, but
Zach is
he's
in the learning process still, right?
yeah,
He's
yeah.
like developing, but still like early dev.
Uh, that is all for today. Pretty much wrapped up. Thank you, B, for sharing those events. They're really cool. I love all the people who have put in the time to teach and share their value in these. But it's also a great time just to hang out and share what works for you.
Yeah.
Lots of events, lots of stuff going on in the community. It's going to be a great week. I encourage you all to stay strong and keep working. We're not in a grind. We're not hustlers here, but it is hard work and determination that takes us to the next level. You got a lot of competition, but it's not competition. It's like
Right.
there's people out there who will beat you if you don't work hard, but you can work with them. They'll help you, but you got to be willing to put in the work. Don't expect to go to cons and just go to the after parties. We're gonna make you work if we're gonna get you a sponsorship, but it is possible. Talk to us and be part of the community. Just be real. Be you.
Be you.
Shout out to BeeYooTV for putting on these Monday workshops.
Yeah. Thank y'all for coming out and enjoying them. It makes them a lot more fun when we've got
Oh,
some sweet
100%.
people sharing their information and bouncing stuff back and forth with us because we're learning too. So it's always a learning process when you're in tech. So yeah, thank y'all for joining. It's been
Be
really fun.
you. What's the name of the GOAT community managers again? The woman you mentioned?
Vicky Tran, she's really cool. Let me grab her
Okay.
Twitter link real quick for y'all because she's a good one to
Pintalo asked
follow
that
if
in
you're.
chat.
Oh, I didn't even have it open today.
No, it's on Travis chat. But thank you, Pintalo, for the question. And let's see, anything else I missed in the Discord chat? Oh, there's 5. Okay. Found this guy's on the Hive Index. Yeah, the Hive Index actually. We are listed on that one. There we go. There's Trans Vicky Tran.
Dropping it for everybody. She's great for community manager tips, and she does like LinkedIn blogs and things too. So she keeps you up to date.
Awesome. All right, guys, we'll wrap up there. We went way over today, but it was really fun. Thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you next Monday or at one of the next events.
Bye,
I'm gonna
everyone. Thanks
wrap
for
up
coming.
Travis stream, and then B can talk to y'all if she wants.
Wrong one. I was trying to get y'all a Discord link, but I typed it wrong. I think.